Given x follows a normal distribution with mu and sigma square. Estimate mu and sigma square using maximum likelihood estimation. So we are asked to estimate the mean and the variance. For more on this, you need to subscribe to this channel. This question has really been a challenge for students. So let us write out the normal distribution first. The normal distribution is defined as mean sigma square is equal to 1 all over square root of 2 pi sigma square exponential negative xi minus mu all over 2 sigma squared. So this is the normal distribution, and we are asked to find the mean and the variance. What do we do? The first thing to do is to take the likelihood function, and the likelihood function is given as the product sum of any function. So we are now taking the likelihood function or the product sum of this normal distribution. So this is the likelihood function. The likelihood function or the product sum of this distribution can be written as 1 all over, since this is a constant, we get 2 pi sigma squared all over raised to the power of n exponential negative summation xi minus mu raised to the power of 2 sigma squared. So this is what we get. Nothing has changed. The next thing to do when finding the maximum likelihood estimation is to take the log. But before we take the log, we need to rearrange this so that we can be able to take the log. So to rearrange, we get something like 2. We can split this to give us n all over 2 multiplied by sigma squared raised to the power negative n all over 2 exponential summation of xi minus mu raised to the power of 2 all over 2 sigma squared. So this is still our likelihood function. The next thing to do is to take log. Take log. We will take log of these functions. So taking the log of this function, we get log L f x mu sigma squared is equal to, if we take the log of this, we get negative n all over 2 log 2 pi. If we take the log of this, it's supposed to be plus, but because of this sign, we'll have negative n all over 2 log sigma squared. If we also take the log of this, we'll have negative summation xi minus mu all over 2 sigma squared raised to the power of 2. So we have succeeded in taking the log. The next thing to do, we can take this as our equation star because we'll refer to it when looking for the sigma square. The next thing to do is to differentiate with respect to mean and also differentiating with respect to sigma square to get the mean and the variance. So first, we differentiate with respect to mu. If we differentiate with respect to mu, we get differential of log this mu is equal to, so when we differentiate this function, what do we get? If we differentiate the whole of this, we notice that there is no function like mu here. So this turns to 0. If we also differentiate this, there is no mu here. It turns to 0. If we differentiate this, we get 2 summation xi minus mu all over 2 sigma square. We also differentiate what is inside, which will give us multiply by -1, because if we differentiate mu, which is a constant, we get 1. So since there is a negative sign here, we put -1. So it means that we will now equate the whole of this to 0. So equating to 0, we have this, if it comes here, we'll have 2 summation xi mu all over 2 sigma squared is equal to 0. Of course, this can cancel this. So we just say cross multiply. Cross multiply. If we cross multiply, this will multiply this to give us 0. So we'll be left with summation of xi minus mu is equal to 0. So we'll take the sum. If we sum x, we get summation of xi. If we sum mu, which is a constant, we get n mu, which is equal to 0. We can take this over to this side. So we'll have summation of xi is equal to n mu. It means that our mu estimate is equal to summation of xi all over n. If we divide both sides by n, we get this. And we all know that this is equal to mu. So therefore, our mu is equal to x bar. We have succeeded in obtaining the mean. Now we are to obtain the variance. So we come over to this side. Let's come over to this side to obtain our variance. Now, to obtain sigma square, which is our variance, we recall from equation star. So from equation star, which is this, the whole of this, all we need to do is just to differentiate with respect to the variance or sigma square. So from equation star, we can differentiate with respect to sigma square. So we have something like this, x mu sigma square all over sigma squared. So now, if we differentiate with respect to sigma squared here, of course we get 0 because there is no value for sigma squared here. No function like that here. So we have 0. Now, if we also differentiate with respect to sigma squared here, we'll get n all over 2 sigma squared. Then the next one is this. To differentiate with respect to sigma square. Of course, if we see this function, we cannot differentiate immediately. The next thing to do is to use the quotient rule of differentiation. The quotient rule, which states that v du all over the sigma squared minus, v du all over the sigma squared minus u the v all over the sigma squared, because we are differentiating with respect to sigma squared all over v squared. Of course, if we write this out, we'll see that we'll have xi minus mu all squared all over 2 sigma squared. So we'll take this as our u and we'll take this as our v. So if we differentiate this using this concept, we get something like to be equal to v. Let's put our v. This is v. We'll have 2 sigma squared. The u all over the sigma squared, there is no value or function for sigma squared here. So we have 0 minus. Now we use u. This is our u. We'll put u here. Summation of xi minus mu all squared. And the v all over the sigma squared. So we are differentiating this. The whole of this is a constant. If you differentiate 2 and the constant, you get 2. So you have 2 here. All over, this is 2 sigma squared. So all over 2 sigma squared here. So it means that if we rearrange this, we get our value for this time this is 0. We also have this as our negative 2 sigma xi minus mu all squared all over 4 sigma 4. So this will cancel this to give us negative summation xi minus mu all squared all over 2 sigma 4. So this is what we got, and we'll put it here. So since we have a negative sign here, we have a negative sign here. The whole of this we got is negative summation xi minus mu all squared all over 2 sigma raised to the power of 4. So this is what we got. The next thing we do is to equate to 0. So equate to 0. If we equate to 0, we get, that means this multiplied by this will give us a positive sign. So we have negative n all over 2 sigma squared plus summation of xi minus mu all squared all over 2 sigma raised to the power of 4 is equal to 0. So we can push this over to this side, which is n all over 2 sigma squared is equal to negative summation xi minus mu all squared all over 2 sigma 4. So this will cancel this. The next thing we do is to cross multiply. We cross multiply. We come over to this side again. We cross multiply. So if we cross multiply, we get this will go over to this place and this will come over to this place. That's it. So we have 2 sigma 4 all over 2 sigma 2 is equal to summation of xi minus mu all squared all over n. We cross multiply, this is what we get. So 2 will cancel this. This sigma will cancel this to give us sigma squared to be equal to summation of xi minus mu raised to the power of 2 all over n. So if we square both sides, we have sigma estimate to be equal to the square root of summation of xi minus mu all squared all over n. So this becomes our estimate for sigma. This becomes our estimate. So that is how we can obtain the mean and the variance for the normal distribution. So for more on this, you need to subscribe to this channel.